Hi everyone! Today's video is going to be a blue eyeshadow tutorial. It's going to be strictly a monochromatic look, and I've actually done this look before. I have it saved on my phone so I remember how I did it. And one of the major reasons why I wanted to film this is I know that a lot of people out there are scared to wear color. More specifically, they're scared to wear blue eyeshadow. Now, I have never really had a fear of eyeshadow color on my eyes. It's just kind of something I grew up with and then never really got tired of. But I know that people have this idea that if they wear blue eyeshadow, they're just gonna look like Mimi from Drew Carey. So what I wanted to do is show you a blue eyeshadow look that is very intense, very blue, but it's not gonna look like a one-note color, which is what you tend to see on Mimi. And this is where people tend to go wrong with eyeshadow color, is that they only put one color on their eye. So they take a blue and then they put it all over their eye and then call it a day. You can't really get away with that using color because you're not adding enough depth and dimension to the look, and therefore it just looks like clown makeup, essentially. So what we're gonna do today is I'm going to take the Blue Moon palette by ColourPop. This is a strictly monochromatic blue eyeshadow palette, and I'm gonna take the bulk of these colors and put them together on my eyes. Okay, so I've zoomed you right in and we're gonna start right in with the eyes. I'm gonna start with the Starry Eyed eyeshadow from the Blue Moon palette, and I'm taking it on a fluffy, somewhat dense brush, and this color is going to act as our transition color. So I'm going to put that directly through the crease area. And I know a lot of people look at this and they start to panic. And they will panic even more once we get the entire crease color down. So I really use like a patting, I guess, and then dragging motion for my crease area just to pull the color through it. And this crease color is just here to act as a transition from the colors that we're gonna be putting on the lid and the outer corner up to my brow bone. Now this right here is exactly what scares people. They're worried that if they throw blue on their eyes, they're going to look like this. The thing is that you can't leave it looking like this or it's going to look a little bit odd. So the next thing I'm gonna do is going to be taking Fine China down here on a more tapered blending brush. This is a MAC 217. And I'm just going to layer it on the brush and then layer it directly below the crease color that we've just put on. The point is to create a transition color, so it's going to be more of a gradient. So now what you can see between my two eyes is that this one has a lot more dimension, and while we're not done yet, it's already looking a little bit more normal in comparison to just the flat blue color on the other eye. And do whatever motion works best for you for blending, by the way. I know a lot of people talk about this windshield wiper motion. I don't feel like that works for me very well. I'm more of a tap on and then pat out kind of person. And then I do occasionally drag it a little bit. Okay, I have two transition colors on right now, but this is the time when I usually switch to doing the lid color, because when I put the outer corner color on, I kind of want it to overlap over top of the lid shade. So I'm going to go in with Tide Pool over here on a flat shader brush, and then just sweep that directly onto the middle of my lid and drag it out. So Tide Pool is a shimmery color versus before we were only using matte colors, because I prefer matte colors in my transition area. You can put shimmers there if you want. I know a lot of people recommend against it, but it's really about your own personal preferences. Okay, so we've got two matte shades up here in different tones of blue. We've got a light blue shimmery color on the lid. And now the part that ties everything together, in my opinion, is taking a dark blue color. This one's called Clued In, on a fluffy shading brush. Fluffy blending brush rather, and putting that on the outer corner of the eye, tying in the lid color with the crease color. This adds so much dimension in my opinion, and I do really like a dark outer corner color, and that's probably because my eyes are a little bit hooded, so it really just kind of creates a little bit more depth. And as you can see, it's really starting to deepen up that area. And by the way, never let somebody tell you that if you have blue eyes, you can't wear blue eyeshadow. By the way, this palette doesn't have a brow bone highlight shade for me, so I just take my Wet n Wild Brulee single and put that through my brow bone. This just helps to blend the blue crease color up to my brow, just for a little bit of a softer transition. Okay, for the inner corner of the eye, I'm going to take Lumi on a very small precision brush here and blend that into the lid color. This is a very iridescent blue, kind of icy color. And it works really well on the inner corner for it looks like this. For the lower lash line, I'll keep it pretty simple and basically just replicate what's going on the lid on the lower lash line. So I'm gonna take Tide Pool on the same small brush that I just used for the inner corner and just layer that along my lower lash line. Then for the outer corner, back in with Clued In and just tie it together to the upper corner to the lower lash line. Now you could really just stop here if this is what you're comfortable with, but I really like a blown out eye lately, so I will be going in with Starry Eyed on a fluffy brush and just blending out the bottom edge of the lower lash line and sort of like pulling that blue halo down around my eye. I realize that this is not for everyone because it does mean that your blue eyeshadow look really expands and looks a lot larger. So that's just something to keep in mind. If you really want to kind of condense your blue to more around your eye, don't do this. Okay, so this is the gist of the eyeshadow look, and you can really replicate this with any color family that you want. I just chose blue because I feel like it's one of those eyeshadow colors that people are the most scared to use, and I just wanted to show you how it can look multi-dimensional. It doesn't have to look like a flat blue color all over your eye, but you have to spend a little bit more time and add that extra dimension in. And for me, the key piece was learning to use like 2 different transition colors in this area and then a dark outer corner color. That just really, for me, ties in the look and adds, I don't know, a little bit more sophistication to the color, I think is what I want to say. It just makes it look not like you're 14 years old trying to learn how to use blue eyeshadow, but rather you're a mature adult putting together color. Or at least that's how I feel about it, because when I was like 14 and 15 wearing blue eyeshadow, I definitely just put one single blue all over my eye. I'm just gonna go finish up my eyes, and which for me means that I will probably add some winged liner and some false lashes because I am going to be filming another video after this. I'll do the rest of my face and then I will come right back. And here's the final look as I would finish it up. For me, that does mean using a winged liner. I really enjoy a black winged liner. There's just something about it that I am so drawn to. I do have false lashes on. You can obviously skip that and the winged liner if you don't need it. But I've also put some blue on my waterline as well because I do really enjoy a good monochromatic look. So if I'm putting blue shadows all over, I always want to kind of match it with my waterline as well. Some easy steps to skip if you feel like this is far too much for you. Obviously the winged liner and the false lashes can be quite a lot, but another option to do is to skip the lower lash line completely. That will really take down your eyeshadow look and make it not look so intense. So those are some quick and easy tips on how to like really pull back on this kind of eye look. But for me, this is how I really enjoy wearing monochromatic looks. I will do this kind of look with every color of the rainbow, and I'm always pleased with how it turns out. So I hope you found this video helpful. I really hope it encourages somebody out there to wear blue eyeshadow more because it can be a lot of fun. Thanks so much for watching this video, and I will see you next time. Bye!